wow. Wow, 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 wow. I don't even have to reclaim my time in here. Like, I feel like y'all just gonna give me my time. I mean, first, I gotta thank God because it's interesting. People ask me, how does it feel? You know, are you surprised? And I say, no, I'm not surprised because God saw this all along. So I'm grateful. That's what I am. I'm in a space of gratitude. I just want to thank everyone involved in this amazing honor. It means the world to me that you would take time out of your very busy schedules to say such kind words about me. I'm deeply grateful. Thank you so much.
Tell me some kind words about her in the comments.
Thank you, Essence, for providing a space for us to have what I like to call a family reunion, mixed with church, mixed with fellowship, mixed with a head nod to the ancestors. This event never fails to refill my cup. This magazine is much more than pictures of pretty black women with complicated smiles. Articles about how to find a God-fearing black man, and ads for cocoa butter and pink lotion. It was a life jacket for a single mother raising two little black girls on the south side of Chicago. It was a how-to guide on how to be a black queen, even when America tries to convince us our crowns are imaginary. Thank you, Essence, for seeing the God in us. I want to thank my chosen family, most of whom are here with me today, sitting at table 17, which I think is a wink from God because I'm born on May 17th. I can't thank you all enough for not only cheering me on, but for lifting me up. I promise to always be here to return the favor. I also like to take this time to thank my other family, the one I was born into. I'm grateful that my household was full of a lot of busy black women who couldn't monitor everything I watched or read.
Tell me a little something about the family you was born into.
So I read the autobiography of Malcolm X and saw Love Jones when I was far too young to understand their cultural significance, and I was hypnotized by Spike Lee's stream of consciousness, otherwise known as a film called Do the Right Thing. I'm grateful to those women for punishing me when I misbehaved. Often that punishment was not being allowed to watch the newest episode of A Different World.
Tell me about some of those movies that you were much too young to be watching.
And I'd like to take this time to thank you, A Different World, for teaching me how to dream. Thank you for doing episodes about apartheid. Thank you for being the first show to show the world that AIDS is not a moral judgment. Thank you for having Whitley and Dwayne decide to have their honeymoon in LA right around the time when the Rodney King verdict was being handed down. Thank you for doing a wonderful episode called Mammy Dearest, which was about colorism within the African American community. Thank you for teaching me that I'm a voice in this world and I deserve to be heard. But most of all, thank you for helping me realize I was a little lesbian in training. I'll admit it, I had a huge crush on Whitley Gilbert. Then Kimberly Reese, and then I realized I wanted to marry Freddie Brooks, which I low-key feel like I'm about to do because my fiance, Alana Mayo, spends more time thinking about how to make the world a better place than she does thinking about anything else. I love you with my whole body. And every day I thank God that I get to walk through this thing called life with you. And I'm glad I can do that. Profess my love to the love of my life, out loud, in front of all of you. Who knew that in 2018 that would still be considered a revolutionary act? So many of our black, gay, lesbian, queer, and trans foremothers and forefathers, and those that never felt comfortable with either gender, had to hide. They made sure not to look at each other too long in the cotton fields. They were forced to hide in plain sight at the March on Washington, even though they were the brains behind it. They had to prevent their truth from bleeding onto the typewriters when they wrote about what it meant to be black and human in Harlem in the 1920s. When they were killed by homophobic hands, they tried not to scream too loud as to not bring shame or embarrassment to their families or their race. Even in death, they hid. Hiding, they were forced to hide with hopes that one day we wouldn't have to. And now look at us, still hiding. Hiding because we don't want to lose an endorsement deal. Hiding because we want to be normal. Hiding because we don't want to make white folks feel uneasy.
Tell me in the comments, what is your definition of being normal?
But most of all, hiding because we don't want to make our own people feel uncomfortable. Being born gay, black, and female is not a revolutionary act. Being proud to be a gay, black female is. The Thanksgiving episode was more than just an episode of television. It was my testimony. And if I was busy hiding, I wouldn't have time to become the first black woman to win an Emmy for outstanding writing in a comedy series. If I was busy hiding, I wouldn't be standing here before you today. If I was still hiding, I would be a shell of a human being.
Tell me in the comments, do you ever feel like you need to hide, a certain part of you, a certain characteristic?
There would be a vacant look in my eyes and a melancholy in my spirit. I realize that it's not just my job to make art, but it's my job to be a light at the end of the tunnel for those other little lesbians in training, sitting in a small town, wondering what life will be like for them when they come of age. It's my responsibility to care more about their well-being than my bank account. It's my job to show them that not only is it completely normal to be gay or bi or trans or non-binary, but it is a gift from God. It means that when he made us, he made sure to give us a thicker skin. It means he knew we had the strength to bear a heavier cross than everyone else. One of my favorite movies as a kid was The Wizard of Oz. No shade to the Wiz.
Tell me, what was your favorite movie as a kid?
But I would watch that movie every day as a child. And there's this moment in the movie when Dorothy's presence interrupts the peace in Oz, which forces all the munchkins to go run and hide. So Glinda the Good Witch tells them in a very soothing voice to stop hiding. She tells them to come out. Come out, wherever you are. Don't be afraid. It's interesting how things you hear as a kid take on a whole new meaning when you're an adult. Her words still ring loudly in my ears, especially today. So I ask those of you that are still hiding to come out. Come out. Wherever you are, please don't be afraid. And I hope that you know that I'm here to hold your hand whenever you decide to jump into this wonderful pool of people who refuse to be hidden. The water is warm. I want to thank you, Essence, for honoring me with this Vanguard Award. I will cherish it for the rest of my days, just as I will cherish every single person in this room. I love you all, and God bless.
Well, let's be honest here. Miss Lena's speech has went in many different directions. She has talked about her favorite movie as a kid, friends, family, human rights, so many different things. I want you to choose one of those topics, if not all of them, but choose the one that best resonates with you, and let me know a little bit about yourself in the comments. Also, I want you to share this video with anyone that you deem necessary that needs to hear it. Because somewhere out there, there's a lost child that needs to understand that their voice matters. Also, please subscribe to the channel. And remember, this channel is all about giving. the black woman her flowers.